Hey guys, it's Holly. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be 10 things to do when you are feeling down or depressed that will just kind of hopefully help you get through it. I've suffered from depression on and off like my whole life. Sometimes it's worse than others, but the worst stages of depression are basically when you isolate yourself from people, you avoid phone calls, you don't feel like eating, your bed is your best friend, you live in your pajamas all the time, which I could live in my pajamas anyway without being depressed just because it's like the most comfortable thing to wear. Now these tips that I have for you, to normal people, they seem like no-brainers. But when you're depressed and you get yourself in such a state, normal things just kind of slip your mind, or you forget to do them, or you don't realize the importance that they play, hopes of you getting better. So anyway, if you are not a depressed person or you don't suffer from depression, you've never suffered from depression, this video might not be for you. I am trying to reach a specific audience here that suffers with the same things that I have suffered with before. So let's jump right on into the video. Okay, point number one, which seems like a no-brainer, like I said to most people, but when you're depressed, this is the last thing that you want to do. Get out of bed. And I personally love my bed. And when I'm depressed, I love it even more. It's the most comfortable seat in the house. It's the warmest place in the house. I could live in my bed. So of course, when I have depression, I really don't want to get out of it. But staying in bed when you're depressed is really the worst thing that you can do. Even research shows that, staying in bed actually can make the depression worse rather than making it better. I mean, of course, staying in bed sometimes is good for you. It's a good way to de-stress, give your body some rest. But when you're going through a very severe form of depression and getting out of bed seems almost impossible, and you spend days, weeks in the bed, getting up is your first step to feeling better. I promise. And I did not put this in a point, and it just came to me. But once you get out of bed, the next thing that is going to make you feel better is getting in that shower. And to everybody else, you're going to be like, well, why wouldn't you get out of bed? And why wouldn't you take a shower? I'm not speaking to a normal audience. I'm speaking to someone that is depressed, that is suffering from depression, someone that is not mentally thinking right, and that is suffering from an illness. So those things can seem very challenging for you if you're going through that time. You feel like you're in a dark black hole. You want the bed to just basically swallow you up. You don't care about hygiene. You're like, why am I going to take a shower? I'm just going to stay in my pajamas all day anyway. But get out of the bed and go take a hot shower. Or if you're not a hot shower person, take a cold shower. Just take a shower. And when you get out, don't put the same pajamas on or put another pair of pajamas on. Put some actual clothes on. They don't have to be dressy. They don't have to be anything great. They can be workout clothes. But just get out of your pajamas. Maybe do your hair. Maybe put a little bit of makeup on if you're a girl. That's going to make you feel a little tiny bit better and make you feel like you're somewhat normal again. Trust me, those two little things, they do help. It's just getting them done is easier said than done. Okay, number 2 is exercise. Any sort of exercise is going to help boost your mood up when you're depressed. I don't care if it's a 5-minute walk around the block or if it's walking on a treadmill. If you don't have a treadmill, just walk around your house, do some jumping jacks, do anything, whatever kind of exercise that you like to do or that you're able to do that. It's going to get your body moving, it's going to get your blood flowing, it's going to get your heart pumping, it's going to get those endorphins going, and you're going to see an improvement in your mood if you do some sort of exercise. You might not have the motivation for it, you might not feel like it, but outside is the best place to get exercise. But if you're not able to do that, like today, it's 7 degrees outside, so definitely I'm not going to be going outside taking a walk, and I wouldn't recommend you to. But do anything, move your body, just flop around. I don't know, just do some sort of physical movement. Laying in bed and sitting around is not good for you for any reasons. Not good for you mentally, it's not good for you physically, it can cause blood clots, it can cause so many problems. Exercise. Number 3, which I kind of just said, is get outdoors if possible. Nature has a way of lifting our spirits if we let it. It has like this healing ability, to get out in nature, get out in the woods. If you live by an ocean or a lake, go there. It doesn't, and I know I just said exercise in the previous point, and I know people think, well, to go outside, you got to exercise. No, it could even just be sitting on the porch, reading a book. Change your scenery. Get out of the bed, get off the couch, get outside, get some fresh air. Right now it's winter and everything is super cold and depressing, but if you're not able to obviously sit outside and read a book, just if you're going through depression, just step outside, let the breeze get you in the face, kind of wake you up a little bit. Nature just has such a way to heal you, if you let it. Personally, my favorite things to do in nature, I love to be outside in the summer. And I think that's why summer is my favorite season, because you can always be outside in the summer, or even in the rain if you want to. It's cleansing to the soul. But I love going through the woods and taking a walk, and I have a little secret spot I sit down at the river, and I meditate and I think, and it's so healing and soothing. So if you can, get out in nature. Number 4 also might seem like another basic thing, but eat something. You're not doing yourself any good by not eating. And even if you don't feel like eating, eat something small. You need your energy. When you don't eat, not only are you depriving your body of nutrients and things, you're also depriving your mind. And right now your mind is suffering. Give it something, give it food. I don't care if it's a bowl of soup or broth or whatever, anything, just eat. Even if you're not hungry, eat. Just know your body is going through a lot right now. It needs some nutrition. It does. Point number 5, it goes right up with point number 4, is drink a lot of water. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I cannot even specify that to you enough, the benefits of drinking water. When you're depressed, sometimes that is the last thing that you think to do or you even want to do, but your body needs that. It is going to help everything by drinking water. It's so easy to become dehydrated when you're depressed because you just really don't care or you forget to drink. So this is just a reminder, hydrate yourself. Your body will thank you. Number 6 is call or text a family member or a close friend, someone that's not going to judge you, or make you feel bad about being depressed, but somebody that, you feel close enough to open up with and someone that's going to be a listening ear for you or a shoulder to cry on, because this is when you need support. And we like to isolate ourselves when we go through depression because we're worried about what other people are going to think about us. They're going to judge us, what they're saying about us. You know what? You can't worry about that. You have to worry about getting better. And sometimes just knowing that somebody else cares or having someone there with you to give a listening ear will help heal you so much too, because you feel like you're not alone. So reach out to somebody. Make some kind of contact. And if you don't want to see anybody in person, if you don't want to talk on the phone, I personally hate talking on the phone, especially if I'm depressed. I will not take any calls at all. Send a text message. You know what, I'm really struggling right now. Is it okay if I talk to you or whatever, I mean, knowing that you're not alone and having a support system truly does help. It does. Number 7, and I can't stress this enough, this works wonders also, is write in a journal. Especially if you don't have anybody to talk to. If you don't have that person, that I was just talking to in the above point, if you don't have anyone to text or call, or you don't feel comfortable doing that, get a journal and write in it. If you don't have a journal, just get a notebook, get some paper, pen, write. Pour your thoughts and your heart out on paper, because, it feels so good getting it out, and no, nobody might never read it. You might not even read it. You might throw it away. Having a journal is like having a secret best friend to talk to and to vent to at the end of the day. And it makes you feel like you're not alone. So try writing in a journal. It really seriously might help. It's helped me for so many years. Number 8 is stay busy. And I know that's the last thing you want to do when you're depressed, because brushing your teeth can seem like such a chore, Staying busy helps in so many different ways, because not only is it getting your body moving, which you need to be doing, it's getting your mind occupied, and you're not focusing on what you're going through or the depression, and you're getting something accomplished. So just find something and get busy in it. I don't care if it's just sitting on the floor going through papers, just working, doing a project, just try to stay busy, because it will get your focus off of what you're going through, and it'll help lift your spirits, because you're moving your body and you're forcing yourself to be doing something other than laying around being upset. Number 9 is help others. Yes, that's the last thing you feel like doing when you feel like you can't even help yourself, is help somebody else. But in our own misery and in our own darkness, we forget that, there's other people that need us too. Family members or friends, you might be their support system. And when you're down, they're going to be down, because you're not at your best and you're not there for them. And because you're so consumed in your grief and your feelings. So if you help someone else when you really don't feel like it, not only are you helping them, but you're helping yourself too, because you're getting your mind off of your problems and you're focusing on their problems. So it's like a win-win situation. I always feel so much better when I help someone, or I've done something kind for someone, and I know that I have blessed them in some way. Even if my spirits are down, it's such a good little feeling to have inside. So see if you can help someone, be there for somebody else when you're hurting. Number 10 is probably the most important point out of all of them, is if you ever get to the point where you are so depressed, you get suicidal or you feel like harming yourself or someone else, get help immediately. That is not something that you can control on your own. When your mind gets to that point, you need help. And realizing it is so hard, and asking for it is harder. But most of the time, we are able to help ourselves if we're if we're going through mild depression. Now, severe depression can require medical attention. It can require you being put on some kind of medication. I know back in the day, years and years ago, they used to kind of use me as a guinea pig, and they used to try all kinds of medicines out on me for depression and stuff like that, and they didn't work. They turned me into a zombie. Some of the medicines made me feel suicidal. Some of them, I didn't know who I was. They had basically the opposite effect. So medicine is definitely not for everyone, but if you ever get to the point where you are feeling like you want to hurt yourself or somebody else, where you feel like life is not worth living, it is worth living. It is. Reach out to somebody and get some help, because you're in over your head now and you're not going to be able to help yourself. You need help from someone else. It doesn't mean you're crazy. It doesn't mean that you're less of a person to acknowledge that you need help or to go someplace to get better. I'm sure there are people all over the world that love you and want you to get better. And so you would not only be doing this for yourself, but you're going to be doing this for your loved ones too. I know what it's like to be in a dark hole and feel like you're all alone and have nobody to talk to and nobody to reach out to. I know what that's like. And it is not fun at all. Asking for help doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. And we're all human. I hope that if you're going through a rough time right now, or if you're battling depression, I want you to know that you are not alone. There's so many people out there who suffer silently, afraid of being judged or looked down upon. I mean, look at Robin Williams. He was an actor, he was a comedian, he made everybody laugh, he made everybody smile, and nobody knew that he was silently suffering. Nobody knew until it was too late. It breaks my heart thinking about it. It truly does. You can't let it get out of control. And it can easily get out of control. I know that too. I have been there so many times. And depression isn't one of those things that you choose to get. Sometimes people get depressed. Perfectly healthy, normal people that have no mental health problems can just get in a depressed phase. I know, I have read so many books about it, and it's nothing to feel guilty over. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's something that more people should be talking about in the world. And, if you don't suffer from it, it's probably doesn't cross your mind, that people might silently suffer or be going through something inside that they don't tell the world because they're ashamed or they're afraid, or they don't want people to think they're crazy, or, oh, she needs locked up, she's got mental problems. Yeah, I've been called a lot of things. I still get called a lot of things. But this video, I'm sorry it's so heavy and dark. It was never my intention. I just wanted to reach out there for maybe be able to reach someone that is feeling very depressed. I want you to know that you're not alone, that I have been there. I don't want you to go through this alone. Please reach out to someone. If you don't have anyone, reach out to me. I will be here for you. I will root for you. I will be a listening ear. I will do whatever I can to help you because I know what it feels like to be alone. And it is the worst feeling in the world. Feeling like you have no one, feeling like you're at the end of your rope, and feeling like the world would be a better place without you. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. God made you for a reason, and God made you for a purpose. And God loves you, and I love you. And I hope that this can maybe help somebody out there that might be struggling. And I would like to make a sequel to this, 10 things to not do when you're depressed. Let me know if you guys might be interested in having a part 2 to this video. I hope that this new year brings you guys love, peace, happiness, and joy. And if you are someone watching this and you are silently suffering, just know that you're not alone, and self-love definitely helps. Self-love and self-care. You have to start there. You are valuable. You are irreplaceable. Hang in there. And I apologize for the deepness of this video, but it's not an easy subject for me to talk about. But for some reason, I felt compelled to make this video. So I hope somebody out there in the world gets a blessing from this. I love you all. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know if you guys would like a part 2 of things to not do when you're depressed. And take care, and I will see you guys in my next video.